All right. Good day, class. Good day, everyone. Welcome to our new video lecture. This time we will um, discuss about auditing in an information technology or IT system environment. So, alamin natin kung ano yung auditor's responsibility with regards to IT system environment. So, auditor's responsibility about this IT system environment is with respect to internal controls over IT system remains the same as with manual system. That is what to obtain an adequate understanding. So dalawa dyan nakalagay. So to aid in planning the remainder of the audit and to assist control risk. So maalala nyo class yung audit diagram natin. Diba sa una, we have audit planning. Sa phase 1 natin, audit planning. And then we have this obtaining an understanding of internal control and assist the control risk. Diba? So pag once na the control risk is high, meaning the internal control is weak, so it will affect our substantive testing. Will maging malawak yung substantive testing natin kasi not reliable yung internal control nila. So yun yung importante to assess the control risk. So if the control risk naman is okay or strong yung internal control nila, so magpe-perform tayo ng test of controls and test reliable. And then later, i-reassess naman natin control risk kasi maapektuhan din yung lawak ng substantive testing natin later. Then after that, substantive testing, when we done our test of control, substantive testing, and then we have this the complete the audit, and then after our final objectives, the audit reporting. So going back to sa IT system, what are the factors that may affect the study of internal control in that computer system? Diba? Kasi kailangan natin mag-obtain ng understanding, adequate, sufficient understanding dun sa internal control ng entities na in-audit natin related to the IT system environment. Right? So, we have factors may affect the study of internal controls. Ang code natin dyan is we have sample P. So, unahin natin si P. Computer systems may result in transaction fails that exist for a short period of time or only in computer readable form. So, kailangan natin malaman yung system, yung IT system environment ng customer ay yung entities na yan with regard to the transaction phase. The other one is that computer system may include program error that cause uniform mishandling of transactions rather than clerical error become. So the clerical error will become less frequent na. Bakit? Pag sa system, IT system, may mga control na tayo dyan. So it will limit or it will lessen the clerical error. Kung mayroon siyang error, so malamang program error yan. And that will cause a uniform mishandling of transaction. So, kasi naka-program na eh. Pag once na na-input mo yan, kasi error na sa past program, error na talaga. Uniform magiging error nila. Uniform. Alright, so that's program error. Also, computer system may include computer controls. So, may mga controls tayo that need to be relied. So, instead of segregation of functions. So for sa IT system natin, sa accounting system ng entities natin, ng ino-audit natin, may mga control na yan. So mahalaga mga standard, mapag-aralan natin, maintindihan natin yung ano yung mga controls na yan. So kasi doon tayo magre-rely doon. Magre-rely tayo doon rather than sa segregation of functions. Alright? So computer system may involve increased difficulty in detecting unauthorized access. So Kasama dun yan sa understanding natin. So magtatanong tayo doon. Inquiry, basic dun sa understanding. Mag-inquire tayo, mag-observe tayo. So sino ba yung may mga access nito sa module na to? Like sa amin, sa system namin, may certain access lang yung accounts payable staff doon sa system namin. So meron din yung another access yung supervisory level na mag-a-approve doon sa transaction na ini-input doon sa system. So ganun. So mahalagang mapag-aralan yun, maintindihan at malaman natin as an auditor yung mga access doon related sa IT system environment. Another thing is computer system may allow increased management supervisory potential resulting from more timely reports. So kahit naka-system na, systemized na yung systematic na yung process, input tsaka yung output natin. So malamang yung timely report. So it will really increase the management supervisory potential resulting from that IT information na sinet up nila as part of their process. Right? So it may also include less documentation, right? Less documentation of initiation and execution of transactions. Of course, kasi na automated na siya. Unlike sa manual, so ang daming copies na kailangan i-document, diba? Right. So computer system may include computer controls that affect the effectiveness of related manual control procedures that use computer output. So, diba, we have input, process, and output system natin. So, once na sa IT natin, I mean sa system environment ng customer natin, ginamitan nila ng IT, so much more time mag-rely doon sa computer rather than doon sa manual, diba? When it comes to effectiveness. Kaya dapat pag-aralan natin, intindi natin ano yung mga controls. So i-assess natin yung control, internal control with regard to the IT system of our client or the entity. Right? So tapos na tayo sa auditor's responsibility. Ano naman yung responsibility ng entity management? So, the entity's management is ultimately responsible for designing and implementing system that will provide reasonable assurance that the entity's objective will be achieved. Right? Diba? Sila talaga yung may ultimate responsible yan. Kasi nga, kung hindi effective yung giging internal control nila dyan with regards to IT system environment. So, malamang maapektuhan yung pag-achieve ng objective nila as a whole, as the objective of the entity as a whole. Alright, so we have here sample questions, true or false, about related to IT system environment. Right, so first is, all users of financial data, business managers, investors, creditors, and government agencies have an enormous amount of data to use to make decisions. Due to the use of IT system, it is easy to verify the accuracy and completeness of the information. Due to the use of IT system, class, it is now easy to verify the accuracy and completeness of the information. So what's your answer? Right? So answer is false. Hindi ibig sabihin na pag may IT system ka na, so accurate na kaagad ang business ng information. So malamang baka may wrong input yan. So mali yung process ni system, mali din yung magiging output. So it may manual or in an IT system environment ng entities natin. So Mahalaga pa rin na identify pa rin natin yung accuracy, i-verify pa rin natin yung accuracy of the information. Right? Not just sabihin na kung IT na siya, it has an advantage over the manual system. Right? Another is any professionally trained accountant is able to perform an operational activity. Yes, of course. That's true. No-brainer yan. Auditors do not need to be experts on the intricacies of computer system, but they do need to understand the impact of IT for clients' accounting system. Tama ba, class? Hindi ba natin kailangan expert tayo dun sa computer system na yun? Yes, ang sabi ni standard is sufficient understanding na. And then the impact of IT in their client, in our client accounting system. So that's just true. Right. So the financial statement audit is conducted in order for an opinion to be expressed on their fair presentation financial statement in accordance with GAAP in the Philippines. Generally accepted accounting principle, that's financial statement presentation. So this goal is affected by the presence or absence of the IT accounting system. So kahit na manual system tayo or IT accounting system na tayo, kailangan pa rin natin ma-verify or kailangan pa rin natin conduct the proper audit in order to express the fair presentation of financial statement in accordance with the hindi lang sa IT lang na accounting system. Maraming mga entities na they're using manual system, but they present their financial statement fairly in all material respect and in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles, and not just in the IT accounting system. So the answer is false. Next, the most common method of decision makers to reduce information least is to rely on information that has been audited by an independent. Yes, yun yung pinaka-goal natin mga auditor, independent auditor. So in users of information, magre-rely yan sila doon sa audit report natin, yung audit opinion natin. So to minimize that risk, so doon sila magre-rely doon sa magiging audit report. That is true. Right? So another is auditing testing for any single general auditing objective would involve the same testing techniques, even though there are different types of information collected to support different accounting transactions. So every single general audit objective daw would involve same testing techniques, even though there are different types of information collected, and then to support pa talaga different accounts and transaction pa talaga. So that's really false. Different procedures, different techniques din ba for different types of information that we collected, and of course to support the different accounts and transactions. Right. Auditor must think about how the features of their clients' IT system influence its management assertion and the general audit objectives, even though these matters have little or no impact on choice of audit methodology used. So, nakalagay class, even though these matters have little, diba, mostly na natin sa auditing natin, those are material effect. So, may material lang na yun yung pagtutunan ng pansin. Right? That's false. The process of evaluating internal controls and designing meaningful audit tests is more complex for manual system than for automated system. Complex ba siya? Di ba ano? The process of evaluating internal control and designing meaningful audit tests, magbabase ba doon sa complex of manual system and then audit system? Lahat, even a manual system or automated system, kailangan natin i-evaluate yung general control design. We need to design the meaningful audit test. That's false. Right. Computer-assisted audit techniques are useful audit tools because they make it possible for auditors to use computers to audit large amount of evidence in less time. Tama ba, class? Using the CAAT. So, magiging they make it possible for auditors to use computers to audit large amount of evidence in less time. Magiging maliit lang ba yung time natin? Makuha ba natin yung kagad yung gusto natin makuha, especially evidence? Yes, through the use of computer-assisted audit techniques. So, mabilis pa at times more reliable. Right? So that's true. So general controls relate to specific software application controls, relate to all aspects of the IT environment. So magkaiba yung general controls plus and the application controls. In an IT environment, general controls are those that affect multiple application systems like the payroll, accounts payable, account receivable. So actually, general controls have 5 categories presented in the ECPA audit guide. So these are letter A, organization and operation controls, system development and documentation controls, hardware and system and software controls, access controls, data, and last one is data and procedurals control. So that is false class. Kaiba yung specific software application controls. Right. So system operators and users should not have access to the IT documentation containing details about the internal logic of computer systems. So kailangan ba natin i-separate yan? Kailangan ba natin i-pan yan yung segregation of duties? Yes, segregation of duties provides the control mechanism for maintaining an independent processing environment. So, kailangan natin i-segregate yan. Si IT documentation and doon sa like sino yan, mga system analyst, application programmers, system programmer, operator. That's true. Kailangan natin yan ang segregation of duties. It really provides the control mechanism. Yeah. Another is control test. Verify whether financial information is accurate. Where substantive tests determine whether the financial information is managed under a system that promotes accuracy. Tama ba, class? Or baliktad? Baliktad, that's called substantive testing. Nice. Pangalawa is control test. Next, the remoteness of information, one of the causes of information leaks, can relate to geographic distance, malayo, location. So, may problema ba tayo dun sa information? Or organizational layers. Daming layers sa organization. So, mayroon ba tayong information list? Yes, that's true. Mayroon tayong sa remoteness of information. Causes niyan is geographical dispersion, or location malayo, and then yung organizational layers, structure ng company. Daming layer, daming protocols pag ganyan. Right? So a financial statement audit is part of the IT audit. Tama, class? Or baliktad? Baliktad ata. So that is false. Pa, si IT audit is part lang sa financial audit. Now, all types of auditors should have knowledge about technology-based system so that they can properly audit IT system. Diba? Again, yung objectives ng responsibility ng auditors to obtain sufficient understanding. Hindi pala nakalimutan, class. So, IT system din yung sa education natin, hindi tayo na sufficient knowledge. should have knowledge about technology system. Kailangan natin para makapag-audit tayo. Not really expert tayo, but sufficient knowledge. Yung sinasabi ng standard. That's true. All right, so let's end our short video lecture class. So much for today. Thank you and God bless.